Now, the 85mm throttle body here from BBK is available for any 11 to 14 5.0 F-150 owner who's looking to pick up a better throttle response as well as engine sound with the help of some other bolt-on mods. Now, I will say bigger is not always better when it comes to a throttle body, so this one is not going to be the best first mod. If you're working with a stock engine, you'll want to invest in those bolt-on mods, which is definitely going to help to maximize performance. With that said, however, if you are working with that kind of setup already and you're looking to add some better airflow to maximize the potential of those power adders, the 85mm is definitely going to be the way to go. Now, the good thing here is that this install is extremely simple. Throttle bodies are basically direct bolt-on, so it will get a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. We'll talk about that toward the end of the video. Now, we all know airflow is pretty much the main ingredient when it comes to engine power, horsepower, torque, but when it comes to the stock 70, even to 75mm, it does a pretty good job up until the point of you adding some of those extra bolt-ons. Once that comes into play on your 5-liter, your stock throttle body can actually start to become a bottleneck. However, if you added this on to a stock engine, this can actually bog it down, bringing in too much air. So you want to make sure your setup is just right before upgrading to a certain size throttle body as big as this one. Now, adding the 85mm will open up that airflow passage just a little bit more. Now, it especially comes into play here with forced induction. Now, everyone knows a supercharger or a turbo is just shoveling air into the manifold, and opening the passageway up just a little bit more will definitely help to really reap the benefits of everything you can expect with an 85mm throttle body. This one in particular was CNC machined from a 356 aluminum, all OEM quality stuff here, making it a direct fit replacement. It features OEM die-stamped throttle linkages as well as double sealed bearings and O-ring throttle shafts, which is something a lot of the other options cannot boast. Now, once you've exhausted all your options and you've squeezed all the power out of the mods that you've already done to your motor, you'll start to look at the 85mm option here from BBK. Now, with that said, this is gonna run you just north of the $450 mark, which is obviously a pretty expensive price tag, I will admit, but then again, this is something that makes the difference with the adder already on the motor. This will release that bottleneck and really make the difference. It is a no tune required, but if you did add a tune on top of that, it'll definitely just make things that much more powerful and that much more effective. Now, to kick things off, obviously you'll have to start by removing the factory throttle body from its position. Now, some people might think it's that hard, but it really is just 4 bolts holding it to the manifold. Now, some people also might find it easier to remove the entire cold air intake to gain access to it. I think you can save yourself some time by just unclamping the couplers onto the throttle body and pushing them aside a bit. Once that's taken care of and you unbolt the factory throttle body from the manifold, again, just 4 bolts holding it together, you'll have to remove those couple of pieces I mentioned earlier. Use a T20 Torx head to remove the motor housing, the plastic capped spring, and of course the TPS sensor from the factory option, and switch it over to the 85mm. From here, it's just a matter of putting your newly put together BBK throttle body onto the manifold and bolting it down using new hardware. You'll have to reconnect all the connectors you've unplugged, and then of course just reconnect your couplers by clamping that down again. From there, you're good to go. If you're the owner of an 11 to 14 5-liter F-150, you might want to check out the BBK 85mm throttle body, which you can find right here at AmericanTrucks.com.